Get to the slide. Okay, so 3 minutes. April 2014, a state-appointed financial emergency manager for the city of Flint decides they should take the water from the Flint River. This is a bad decision. They go back to using the Detroit water system. In October of 2015, the month before Mayor Karen Weaver, the current mayor, gets elected. She appoints me in January of 2016. We make an announcement in February of 2016. We're going to get all the pipes, all the lead service lines out of the city of Flint, and we're going to do it in less than 3 years, even though we have no idea how many pipes that we have that are lead in the city of Flint. So, first point. I was a Deputy Assistant Secretary for Homeland Defense Planning at the Pentagon for 2 years. The first thing we would always say is it an existential threat? Lead in your drinking water is in fact an existential threat. You are going to have people who are going to leave the city. If they haven't made a decision before to leave, they're going to leave your older northeastern Midwest city and go to a different suburb. Secondly, they're going to start leaving in sort of this incremental status because they're going to take showers, they're going to go to the neighbor's house, they're going to start living there. Thirdly, you lose your revenue base. Right? There's a lot of cities who can make money off their water rates, and that's what the city of Flint tried to do for too many years. And then fourthly, of course, it's a human health standard. Forget about the lead and copper rule. Forget about it. Doesn't matter. Don't think about this as a regulatory issue. Think about this as a public health issue only, right from the beginning. So the the lead and copper rule says 15 parts per billion is the federal action level. That's regulatory. They say 40 parts per billion is an imminent health threat. Yeah, okay. But they also acknowledge that 0 parts per billion is the right level because any amount of lead in your water is unacceptable. When you have families with kids and they hear that, they are going to sort of rebel against whatever governmental structure is in place. So first thing to do is do an audit. Find out what sort of sampling that you are doing. It goes 2 ways. First of all, sample more than the lead and copper rule requires. The reason for that is statistically you're going to have a better sampling number there to work on if you've got just a couple that spike, which is often the case. Secondly, a lot of states, including the state of Michigan, say you're supposed to let your water flush for 5 minutes. If you do that, you get a lower rate, but you don't get the accurate rate. Nobody goes downstairs to get a glass of water, waits 5 minutes, and then says, okay, that water's cold enough. They're going to take that water right away, especially if they're kids. The other one is only do active water accounts. Don't do every water out there. You've got to do a lot of different water accounts. So these slides are going to be on the website. One last slide. Whoop, that's the one I want. Right there. So 2 things that we did. First of all, we had no idea how many city records we had. And that was a huge, huge issue. With the help of a grant from Google, thank you Mountain View, we were able to have a couple smart guys from University of Michigan Flint come in and do a logarithm to help us figure out exactly how many we had that were actually lead as opposed to unknowns. And the second one was we did post-construction, post-replacement water testing. And make sure you do that so you know for sure. And I'm done, Mike. All right.